Hasn't been such a selfless tandem and not made it about you. If anything, you've made it about the unit that the two of you are, between you and David. How much does your mindset change being the guy that's going to have to take on such a bigger role now?
I mean, basically the same. I mean, it's nothing different. I mean, I've been doing this my whole life, so I don't look at it any different. So, yeah.
Having that experience at such a high level in college and the pros, how much does that suit you for an opportunity like this late in the season with the team this talented at the top of the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely exciting. But I mean, my goal is to win. So if that means not get as many carries or get all the carries, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. As long as we win, I'm good.
Elbow, forearm, he's going to be down.
The result of the play is a touchdown. And the flag that was thrown on this was picked up.
I don't know, did it get the face mask?
Only do that if you're telling the official you're reporting.
The Lions hangover.
What's jingling your jangle, everybody? It is Brad. You are listening to the Lions Hangover Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening from, to, whatever, you get the gist of it. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for everything, man. I hope you guys are having a good holiday season so far. Christmas is right around the corner. Please subscribe to the podcast. That would be, if you want to get me something for Christmas, just subscribe to the podcast and leave me a 5-star review with a little comment that says Brad is the best. Appreciate that. Don't forget, you can find me on all social medias, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Lions. Detroit Lions play the Chicago Bears this Sunday at 1 o'clock noon if you're in Chicago. Of course, the Bears lead the all-time series 105-79-5. The Lions, however, are going for win number 5 out of 6 against the Bears. And if you want to get even crazier, the Bears have lost 8 straight. The Bears are currently 4-10. That means they were 4-2 before they went on their 8-game little losing streak. What's to say here? What is to say here? Last time, we're taking credit for Eberflus getting escorted out of town. There's murmurs that the general manager Poles will be escorted out of town. Why not? Why not secure his exit with a victory this Sunday against the Bears? The Lions, of course, are 12-2. They are looking to rebound from that Buffalo loss last week. I think they're going to do it. I feel like the majority of America thinks they're going to do it. I even feel like half of Chicago thinks the Lions are going to do it. This should be a good comeback game. Of course, Lions are, injuries are like the main story. The good news, however, though, is that David Montgomery is not getting season-ending surgery. He is going to rehab and train his knee, and he plans on coming back sometime in the playoffs. That's extremely good news as long as, A, he can produce, and B, he doesn't further injure his leg anymore. He doesn't injure his leg any further is how I should have worded that. English, it's my 4th language. Let me just sigh into the microphone a few times. The Lions are favored by 6.5. This is according to DraftKings. 6.5. Is that really enough? I feel like the Lions are going to win by 2 touchdowns at least. I think this is going to be a game dominated by Jahmyr Gibbs and a little bit by Jared Goff. I think Goff will have a good game, but I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to steal the show. I think he's got a message to prove that, hey, Knuckles, we got you, bro. We got you, bro. Of course, Caleb Williams, what's there to say? He's coming in on 3,000 yards passing for the season. He's only completing 61.9% of his passes, and he's got a quarterback rating of 87.7. He's thrown 17 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, but the story is the sacks. He's been sacked 58 times this year. I can't imagine a quarterback being sacked more than that, 58 times. Hey, Google, what's 58 divided by 14?
58 divided by 14 is approximately 4.14.
The dude is getting sacked over 4 times a game. Over 4 times a game. And it's one thing to have a game where you give up a sack, or you give up 4 sacks in a game. Like, that's one thing. But to average over 4 sacks a game that you're taking, that you are absorbing, that's not great, dude. He's hanging on to the ball way too long. He's not finding his receivers. Swift, he's having a decent year. He's at 821 yards so far. He is averaging only 58 yards a game, though, and 3.9 yards a carry. He's fumbled one time on the year, and he's got 5 touchdowns on the season. Williams, though, is the second place running back. He's ran for 408 yards. So this is something that the Lions may run into on Sunday. Williams is I think anytime your quarterback has 400 yards in a season, I think that labels you as a scrambler. He's averaging almost 30 yards a game. He's probably going to come close to that. The Lions are bare bones, bare cupboards on the defensive line and in the linebacking crew. Campbell can only do so much there in the linebackers, and our cornerbacks are, our safeties are picking up the slack. I would look for Brian Branch to lead the team in tackles again. Campbell will probably be a close second, though, of course. Williams has fumbled the ball twice, of which he's lost 1. Let's see. Does he have? He has no rushing touchdowns, though. No rushing touchdowns. Receiving wise, we're looking at DJ Moore. He's got 76 receptions. That leads the team. That is on 112 targets. He has 758 yards. So far in the season, he's only averaging 54 yards. Cole Kmet, he's another guy that I worry about, the tight ends, especially with the lack of depth in our linebacker region. This is where the tight ends also get us. And Swift, for that matter. Swift has 34 receptions on the season for 325 yards. Kmet, though, he's got 43 catches for 462 yards and 3 touchdowns. Keenan Allen, he's got 6 touchdowns. I feel like he had a big game against us last time, though, didn't he? Didn't he have a big game against us last time? Yeah, the last time the Lions, played Chicago, they won 23-20. Keenan Allen, though, he had that 31-yard pass from Caleb Williams. Yeah, Keenan Allen had 2 touchdown passes from Caleb Williams, a 31-yarder and a 9-yarder. DJ Moore had that last one to make it 23-20. Caleb Williams, though, he threw for 256 yards last time. He went 20 of 39. He got sacked 5 times, so that's good. Hopefully that'll happen again. He finished that game with a 97.8 quarterback rating. DeAndre Swift ran the ball 11 times for 39 yards. Williams ran the ball 4 times for 39 yards. I feel like statistically this could end up being the same. I think the Lions are going to have a little bit better offense for sure. Goff went 21 of 34. Last time they played for only 220 yards. But Montgomery ran the ball 21 times for 88 yards. Gibbs ran the ball 9 times for 87 yards. I am, of course, predicting Gibbs to have 120 yards on the day. I really feel like he's going to take over and show out. St. Brown had 5 catches for 73. Laporta, he had those 2 touchdowns. I would say you could probably look for Laporta to get another touchdown, at least 1 touchdown. It's hard to say that he'll get 2 touchdowns, but you could say that he'll at least get 1. Chicago's defense, I think they've obviously fallen off. The offense isn't doing what they should be doing. They're losing 8 games in a row here. There's a lot going wrong in Chicago. There is a lot going wrong. And hopefully they don't get anything right against us. We definitely need to rebound. We definitely need something. I don't want to say easy. I don't want an easy victory. I want Chicago to try, of course. You want to be tested every week, but you also want to come out victorious. I want to say it's going to be a blowout, but you honestly don't know. It is going to be, well, let's find out. Hey, Google, what's the weather going to be in Chicago on Sunday?
Sunday in Chicago, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 33 and a low of 28.
All right. High of 33, low of 28. I know the Lions have been practicing outdoors all week to get ready for the elements. I I think, let's see, Goff is probably going to be wearing his gloves to throw the ball. That doesn't bother me at all. I still think it's going to be a Gibbs day. I can't stress that enough. I would say Gibbs, 2 touchdowns. Gibbs, 2 touchdowns, Laporta, 1 touchdown. That's my prediction there, and you could sprinkle in a couple touchdowns from someone else. I think I will say the score will be 35-20 in favor of the Lions. God, I feel like this is going to wrap up easy. This is our second time playing them. We know what's going to happen. We know all the storylines, injuries. We know the Bears suck. Like, I'm not sure. Last week, man, last week was the longest episode I've ever done at 44 minutes, and now I feel like this one's coming up on the shortest. I don't know what else to say, guys. Like, this is, yeah, just noises, just weird noises. That's all I can make. I don't see the Lions struggling in this one. I don't. I see the Lions getting back on track. I see the Lions winning out the rest of the season. I think we just weathered the storm last week with Buffalo, and I think it's only nothing but sunshine from here on out. This is, we got one more outdoor game against San Francisco next week, but let's not look forward to that one yet already. Yeah, this is, I'm struggling here, guys. Struggling. I feel like I've said everything there needs to be said. Let's take a look at injuries real quick. Okay, on the injury front, Glasgow hasn't practiced all week. That's not a good sign. Montgomery, of course, hasn't practiced all week, and Ragnow has not practiced all week. Ragnow is listed with a back injury. Glasgow is listed with a knee injury. Brian Branch, he was a limited participant, so he'll probably be questionable with a calf injury. I'm sure he'll be back. That's just, cramping up. Jalen Reeves-Maben, he had limited practice. He's, with the neck injury. Taylor Decker, he was rested. He was back with a full practice. Ifeatu Melifonwu, he had a full practice today. Trevor Nowaski, he had a full practice today. Zadarius, a lot of these guys are just getting rested. DJ Reader, Zadarius Smith, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Kevin Zeitler, they were all full participants this week. However, they were rested earlier in the week. So that's good, man. I know Amon-Ra St. Brown, he practiced with some he played the game with food poisoning. He still had himself quite the game. So hopefully everybody's ready to go. I am a little bit worried that but I mean, if you're going to take a day off, this is probably a good one to take off. I don't know. I want to respect the opponent, but at the same time, there's nothing in my mind that says we're going to lose. I feel like we're going to come out with a vengeance. This is going to be a statement game. There's been a lot of doubters this week since we lost against Buffalo, which is ridiculous. And I feel like the Lions are just going to make a statement, and they're going to be like, hey, that we're still, Super Bowl contenders, take us seriously. I feel like that's going to be the statement with an exclamation point. So I look for the Lions to win this game with 2 touchdowns, 35-20. That sounds right to me. I don't know if they'll get to any field goals this week. Sorry, Jake Bates. I think they're just going to be aggressive, go for it on 4th down. It could be windy in the Windy City, so maybe they're just going to be like, hey, don't worry about it, Jake Bates. We will take care of the game today. So I feel like that's it for me. I hope you guys have a good holiday season. I mean, I'll be back before Christmas with the post-game show of the Chicago Bears. This is week 16, guys. Week 16. Can you believe it? We're here. Week 16. Oh, my God. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.